Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be sharing what can you actually expect working as an A-level graduate, as well as what it's like working in Singapore's SME, otherwise known as Small Medium Enterprises. And I hope this video will be useful for those looking for a job after national service or after A-levels, or even for those university freshmen. Basically for those people that haven't really developed a technical skill set and want to see how can they actually contribute to the workforce. Because last year when I was looking for a job after my national service, I was actually wondering what can an A-level certificate actually do, and will companies actually hire me? So I'm currently working as a sales and marketing assistant at this small firm called ORDed Photo. So ORDed Photo does reselling of camera accessories from brands like Rode Australia, Godox, Aperture, as well as Sennheiser. Basically like the big players in the audio and lighting field. And they sell their products on e-commerce sites like Lazada, Shopee, Q10, Carousel. And we are currently developing our own website so that we can actually better serve customers, because we can then actually customize like the coupons and discount codes. So in addition to e-commerce business, we also provide photography as well as videography services to customers. So like we do like product shoots as well as like portrait or even video shoots. I've been working at ORDed Photo for the past 3 months, ever since I completed my national service last year November, and this will then be my 4th as well as last month working here. So now comes the question of if I'm actually limited in terms of the opportunities because of my A-level certificate. I would say no, not really. And this is largely due to 2 main factors. The first being that I'm working in SME, and this ties in a bit to what it's like working in one. Because SME is usually smaller in size as well as in terms of manpower, the opportunities and responsibilities will then be divided to fewer people. So in some sense, I tend to get more opportunities because of this. For example, I managed to get the opportunity to work on the new e-commerce website as mentioned earlier. So I was tasked to transfer the 700 plus products we have into a new e-commerce website with the images, proper naming, and also making sure that the proper filter as well as categories are in place. Because having a proper filtering system as well as categories will actually help customers to find their products faster. So I don't think I'll actually receive such an opportunity if I'm working in a bigger corporation, because I don't have the necessary skill set as well as experience in this area. And more importantly, I don't think they'll exactly trust like an A-level graduate to take up such a big project. And the second reason is that I would say that your learning attitude plays a greater role than your qualifications. Of course, having a degree or some sort of background in it can actually help to learn faster and help to perform better. But I feel that if you're willing to put in the work, you can actually get pretty good in it. For example, even though my colleague actually has a diploma in communication, he actually managed to figure out how certain wording or arrangement of the words in the product title can actually help to boost the search ranking on Lazada or Shopee. And that is actually a bit of a marketing aspect, because it's known to be like the search engine optimization. Basically, the way you actually list your products actually help in terms of this search ranking. So I feel that the thought of actually working in a bigger corporation, like big banks like DBS, OCBC, they're all very attractive. Because after all, having that prestige or that branding on a portfolio will actually help you a lot. After all, these are the companies that actually made it. So they are one small, but they did the right things such that now they are actually a big corporation. So in some ways, you're learning from the best of the best. However, I do feel that there are a lot of perks working at SME, and they are often overlooked upon. Of course, whatever I say may be a bit biased because I haven't really worked in a big corporation, but I do feel that there are a lot of learning pointers working at SME. And I feel that SMEs are often viewed upon as companies that are out there to scam interns, or companies that don't really have a lot of learning opportunities or growth and development. So I feel that there are a couple of good reasons of why you should work in SME. I feel one of the biggest advantages is that you can actually see how it all begins. So for a bigger corporation, yes, they got a formula right in terms of what makes a company successful, but they're unable to actually see what goes behind it. Like for example, my friend who's actually working as a user interface, user experience intern in Shopee, he said that he's unable to see, let's say, what a business development department actually does. Whereas if you're working in a smaller firm like an SME, you get to actually see what each department actually do. This is extremely useful for those interested in doing your own startup or business. Being able to see how a small company operates, from making decisions to manpower allocation, serve as a good exposure as well as experience. You can then better appreciate how to start up, and seeing the process makes the notion of starting one less daunting. So the second reason why I feel that it's good to work in SME is because of the fact that you can actually voice out your ideas. I feel that having this space for you to actually experiment on new ideas is actually very important, because only when you actually experiment it, you can actually learn from it and then grow. And because of the fact that the company structure is quite small and there isn't really a lot of layers of hierarchy, you can actually talk to the boss easier. Furthermore, I do feel that SMEs are a bit more receptive to new ideas, because after all, they're still figuring out like what works and what does not work, like figuring out their own direction. Whereas I feel like for a bigger corporation, because of the fact that like firstly, the hierarchy is already there, so it's hard for you to actually reach to like the higher ups for new ideas. And furthermore, they may be less receptive to changes because after all, what's working is already working. So they tend to feel that there's no need to change. But ultimately, I think that as long as you enjoy the process and you actually learn things from it, I think it's good enough. So thanks for watching this video, and do share your thoughts in terms of like your work experience, or maybe disagree with what I said between the bigger corporation as well as the smaller ones. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.